What does chest pressure from a heart attack actually feel like? Because for me, it wasn't immediately this crushing chest pain that you see in the movies. It started as pressure. And looking back, it was one of the first signs that something was seriously wrong. I'm gonna explain exactly what that pressure was like, what I was doing at the time it started, and what happened next. Now, stay till the end because I'm gonna show actual footage of me during my heart attack when I was experiencing this symptom. All right, this is 5-minute symptoms, a new series where I take you guys through heart attack symptoms one at a time in 5 minutes, explain exactly what it was like from a firsthand perspective if I had that symptom, and then show you footage at the end of the video of me having that symptom. I'm not a doctor, so if I share any scientific stuff, I looked it up. I'm a survivor. I had a widowmaker heart attack at 34, and now I'm trying to share and spread awareness on the topic. So this isn't me telling you what your symptoms mean. This is me telling you what mine felt like. The day of my heart attack, I went out for what should have been a normal walk to my workout. And as I was walking to the park, I noticed a slight pressure that was in my chest. And pressure is really the best word that I have to describe it. Now, I did look some stuff up, okay? I wanted to be able to explain a little bit more than just my experience from the interwebs. So, the heart muscle needs constant supply of oxygen-rich blood. When blood flow cannot meet the heart muscle's oxygen needs, the tissue becomes ischemic. Medical people, did I do good? Did I do well? Grammar people. Ischemic chest discomfort is commonly described as pressure, squeezing, tightness, heaviness, or fullness, rather than only as sharp pain. So basically, when your heart muscle's not getting enough oxygen-rich blood, you feel pressure. That's one of the main things that you feel from that, or that you can feel from that. Science. But now I had other symptoms that I'm going to share about in different episodes. This wasn't pain. This wasn't like anybody stabbed me. This wasn't like anything crazy. It wasn't even crushing yet. It was just ever so slight pressure, just like a little, someone pushing down a little bit on my chest. It was uncomfortable enough that I didn't notice it, but it wasn't dramatic enough that my brain went, this is an emergency. And that's what makes this particular symptom of a heart attack so dangerous. This pressure that was slowly building was something like my body telling me something's not right. And then other things started happening. I started sweating. I developed pain in my left arm. I actually might have started sweating before the chest pressure, but it's neither here nor there. I mean, it's South Florida. I started sweating immediately when I left, but the sweat became different with the pressure. I got pain in my chest, pain in my left arm. These things started to develop, but I'm going to talk about each individual symptom in its own episode. But I bring it up here to let you know eventually this pressure and these symptoms, they became too much to ignore. Eventually, what began as pressure turned into crushing chest pain. Now, there's actually science as to why it got worse. When I was walking to the workout, that made my heart demand more oxygen, okay? Now, with severely restricted blood flow, because I had a 95% blockage of my LAD, that increased demand made the ischemic symptoms worse. So whatever the pressure that I was feeling, the longer that you go without blood flow to part of your heart from an artery that's clogged, the worse the symptoms are gonna get until eventually we perish. But for me, as I was walking to the workout, I still had some blood flow, but the pressure increased because when I'm walking, my heart rate's increasing, and normally the body will meet the demands of the increased need for blood flow. But under these circumstances, I had a restriction, being the blockage, so my heart was struggling to put the proper amount of blood needed for the heart rate increase. And then that's when the ischemic symptoms got worse. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I want to make something very clear. Chest pressure doesn't automatically mean that you're having a heart attack. But new, unexpected chest pressure, especially accompanied by sweating, dizziness, fatigue, chest pain, and pain in your left arm, pain in your jaw, any of these other symptoms, you need to look at that. Don't use my story or my YouTube channel to diagnose yourself. Now, I promised that I would show you something. So here is the footage from the day that I was having a heart attack of me experiencing chest pressure. This is the actual footage from the day that I was having a heart attack. I did not know, but my LAD was 95% blocked in this video. Watching that footage now is completely different because now I know exactly what was going on inside of my body and the risks of every single minute of me not going to the hospital. And that's why I'm making this series, not to make you afraid of every single sensation that you feel, but to give you something that I didn't have that day, a perspective from somebody that's actually felt these symptoms. This one was chest pressure. And in the next episode of 5-Minute Symptoms, we're gonna talk about another one that you hear about all the time, chest pain.